It turns out the most effective lie ever told wasn't whispered in a back room or written in the fine print of a contract. It was packaged in bright, friendly colours, labelled low fat, and placed right in your shopping cart. Meet Sarah. If dedication were a sport, Sarah would be an Olympian. She wakes up before the sun, not because she's a morning person, but because she's on a mission. A mission to reclaim her body, to feel a little lighter, a little more her. She's been on this mission for 87 days. She knows because she's counting. Her enemy, she believes, is fat. It's the villain in every health magazine, the boogeyman in every diet plan she's ever tried. So, she's banished it. Her fridge is a fortress of virtue. Skim milk, low-fat yogurt, lean chicken breasts. Her pantry is stocked with whole wheat everything, brown rice, and an arsenal of healthy snacks. This is her fuel, a blast of pure, unadulterated nature. Fruit, she thinks, is the earth's candy. What could be more wholesome? She's starting her day with vitamins, antioxidants, and fiber. She's doing everything right. Or so she's been told. What Sarah doesn't see is the Trojan horse hiding inside her healthy breakfast. That smoothie, for all its good intentions, contains nearly 40 grams of sugar. Yes, it's fruit sugar, fructose, but to her body, it's a flash flood. Imagine her bloodstream is a quiet, orderly highway. Suddenly, that smoothie unleashes a tidal wave of sugar molecules. Alarms go off. Her pancreas, the body's diligent traffic cop, goes into emergency mode. It floods the highway with a hormone called insulin. Insulin's job is to grab every last one of those sugar molecules and shove them out of the bloodstream as quickly as possible. First, it tries to deliver them to her muscle cells for immediate energy. But Sarah's just woken up. Her muscles don't need much fuel to scroll through emails. They put up a no vacancy sign. So, insulin, in a panic, looks for the next available storage unit, her fat cells. And fat cells always have room. They are infinitely expandable. Insulin doesn't just drop off the sugar. It flips a switch on the fat cell, a switch that screams, store, fat, do not burn. So, for the next several hours, as Sarah heads to work feeling virtuous, her body is in full-blown fat storage mode. The fat she's trying so desperately to lose is locked down, inaccessible. Her body can't even touch it. And then comes the crash. That sugar high was fast and furious, and the drop is just as dramatic. Her brain, deprived of its quick fix, sends out frantic signals for more. This isn't a failure of willpower. It's biology. It's a hormonal echo of her breakfast. She reaches for the granola bar, the one with whole grains and a picture of a mountain on the wrapper. It seems rugged and healthy. A quick glance at the label would reveal 15 more grams of sugar, often disguised as brown rice syrup or evaporated cane juice. The cycle begins anew. Another sugar spike, another insulin tsunami, another command to store fat. Lunch is a large salad, a paragon of dietary purity. But the dressing, a fat-free raspberry vinaigrette, is little more than sugar and water. She has a bottle of vitamin-infused water to go with it. Another 20 grams of sugar. By mid-afternoon, when she's fighting off a wave of exhaustion, she grabs a vanilla latte. She gets it with skim milk, of course. But the vanilla syrup adds another 25 grams of sugar. Sarah has spent her entire day meticulously avoiding fat, yet she has been marinating her system in a constant bath of sugar. She's consumed over 100 grams of it without ever touching a cookie, a candy bar, or a soda. She believes she's starving her fat cells. In reality, she's feeding them, nurturing them, and bolting the door so they can never leave. This is the moment that breaks her. Day 87. And nothing. All the sacrifice, all the bland chicken, all the rice cakes. For what? Despair sets in. That quiet, insidious voice starts to whisper, "See? It's you. Your body is broken. Your metabolism is just slow. This is just how you are." This is the lie sugar tells you. It builds the prison and then convinces you that you were born inside it. But that night, something different happens. Frustrated and angry, she doesn't search for a new diet. She searches for, "Why am I not losing weight?" She stumbles upon a lecture by a doctor, a man with a calm voice and a white board. He's not selling anything. He's just drawing diagrams. He draws the sugar flood. He draws the insulin cup. And then he draws the fat cell with the lock on the door. For Sarah, it's like a scene in a movie where the color suddenly rushes in. The villain wasn't fat. Fat was just the consequence. The real villain was the sweet, innocent, natural ingredient she had been starting every day with. The next day, Sarah declared a new war. Not on a macronutrient, but on a single ingredient. She went through her kitchen with the intensity of a crime scene investigator. The yogurt? More sugar than a donut. The ketchup? A sugar syrup. The whole wheat bread? 2 grams per slice. It was in everything. The food industry had found a way to make even the healthy food hyper-palatable, to keep her coming back for more, to trigger that same bliss point response in her brain that nature intended for a rare, ripe berry. The first few days were hell. She had headaches. She was irritable. She craved everything she had given up. Her body was a petulant child, screaming for its candy. But then, around day 4, the fog began to lift. She woke up before her alarm, not feeling groggy, but clear. The mid-morning energy crash didn't happen. In the afternoon, instead of feeling her energy plummet, she just felt steady. She was eating eggs and avocado for breakfast. Her lunch was a huge salad, but now dressed with olive oil and lemon juice. She was eating chicken thighs instead of breasts, reveling in the flavor. She was eating fat, real fat, and she was feeling more satisfied than ever before. By turning off the constant insulin faucet, she had finally given her body a chance to rest. She had unlocked the door to her fat cells. For the first time in years, her body wasn't running on the frantic, short-lived energy of sugar. It was tapping into its own vast, clean-burning energy reserves, her stored body fat. She wasn't just losing weight, she was changing her entire metabolic system. The lie wasn't just that fat was the enemy. The lie was that you needed to be hungry, to be constantly fighting your own body, to be healthy. The truth, Sarah discovered, was never about deprivation. It was about knowledge. It was about understanding that the war for her health wasn't a battle of willpower against temptation. It was a biological puzzle. And the most important clue was hidden in plain sight, sparkling in the sugar bowl, waiting to tell its sweet, deceptive lie.